Crucify him. Crucify him. What? Why crucify him? Why must he die? It is not because he's not doing the right thing. It is not because he's not doing what he is supposed to do. In fact, there has never been a better time in history of Africa, of any leader in Africa than this. And unfortunately, he's already marked out to be killed. They are already setting plans to eliminate him, just like they did back in 1961, just like they did with Thomas Sankara, just like they did with Muammar Gaddafi. It is already, the script is already being played out. Welcome to the Diary of a Broken Man, where we dissect political, economic, and social issues concerning our country, Nigeria, and Africa as a whole. Remember to subscribe, to like, to share, and to comment. This is Diary of a Broken Man. Welcome. It is not up to 2 years, but his life has been attempted 20 times. I'm talking about Ibrahim Traore, the man, the most important black man on the planet as at now. It's unfortunate that we have 54 countries in Africa and counting, but many of them are just puppets, playing jesters for their masters. They are placed in Africa. Somebody said that, Africa must be poor for the world to rise. Why can't Africa develop themselves? It is not as if Africans are inept or they are inept of what to do, that they cannot develop themselves. It is not true. That is a fat lie. The fact is, the worst of us are picked to represent us, and the media is used to push certain narratives. Let me give you a context to this. For Africa to be poor, one, they have to be subjected to subhumans. They have to be subjected to dependency, psychological dependency. Religiously, they have to depend. Psychologically, they have to depend. Their best minds must be taken out, given scholarships or maybe given jobs, to play the jesters over there. For Africa to remain poor, their leaders must not be their best minds. They must be the worst of them. The most unintelligent of them must be the leaders. And any of them who dares, just like Ibrahim Traore, who dares to act with his brain and his mind and his heart as an African, the lion of Africa, any of those leaders who dares to becomes a traitor. He's not a traitor because he's not developing his land. Muammar Gaddafi was not a traitor because he was not building Libya as at the time. He was a traitor because he nationalized their natural resources. He was no longer flowing for the world to be taken for free. You remember that uranium, one of the natural gifts that Burkina Faso has, was being taken for cents by France. It is unfortunate that France was stealing their natural resources and sitting on their natural resources. In fact, you remember the indirect rule system. The indirect rule system is the most dangerous form of colonialism, where they allow you to rule. They give you rule, but we are in charge. You account to us. And unfortunately, 2025, these people are still acting the indirect rule. And so they must detect what Africa must do. They must say how Africa spends their money. They must say how Africa, regime change, how Africa elects their leaders. And if you don't fall to the prototype of what a leader in Africa should look like or how he should be acting, you become a traitor marked for elimination. When will Africa rise? It is now or never. It is now or never. Oh, Africa, arise. It is now or never. If we allow Ibrahim Traore, with the spirit that he carries, if we allow him to be taken out, I don't think we'll rise again. This is the time. We have to stand behind him. We have to stand behind him. The only crime Ibrahim Traore committed is that he's not playing the script of the taskmasters, that he chased the taskmasters out so that they arrange their house. They are arranging Burkina Faso, building roads, building hospitals, building industries, industrialization, providing jobs for her citizens, giving them a sense of belonging, giving them a sense of pride. That is his crime. So he must be taken out because he is not democratic. When we define democracy as the government of the people, for the people, and by the people, I laugh. You know why I laugh? I laugh because democracy is the worst form of government in the real sense of it, because it gives people a sense that they have a voice. Well, in the real sense, the capitalists, the people who control the affairs, are the voices. They say what is. The only thing you can do is to make noise, to protest. That's highest you can do. And if you protest, you become a threat. Why is Ibrahim Traore being marked for elimination? We have seen the script before. What they do is, first, they use the media to paint you. You become a demon. They demonize you in the media, But this is 2025. Thanks to social media, it is no longer like that. And the people are now well read. We know the script. We have seen that before. So many things cannot repeat again. History cannot be repeated in our generation. It is unfortunate, but we have to wake up. It is a call to all Africans to wake up, to fall behind the great leader, Ibrahim Traore. There is nothing he is doing. His people are not even complaining. My pain is, how are people drinking medicine for the sickness of others? They called Africa dark continent. They call all sorts of evil names to Africa. And now, why can't you allow Africa be? If you are so special, then leave Africa out of it. Stay on your own. Leave Africa. Just, if you want to die in Africa, let us die in Africa. If we can't develop ourselves, leave us like that. The era of these, aid and all these kind of scenarios, this same scenario, you give people $100 million US, and you sit on $1 trillion US. They are $1 trillion US of worth of natural resources. That is the kind of script they want us to be repeating in 2025. My brothers and sisters, that era is gone. We have to protect these leaders we have in 2025, the agents of change. What we want now is an independent Africa, an Africa that can think for itself, an Africa that can serve itself. We are tired of a divided Africa. We are tired of an Africa where we don't even know, we create boundaries, or they create boundaries for us. How can Africa have 54 states? And those 54 states, most of them, you need visas to enter each of them. But Europe has 26 or 24 states. And the 24 states are free visa. They work together. They are in a union. But Africa cannot be in a union. Or they create a union for Africa, the OAU or the AU, that has no function. Since I became a child, I read the AU as social studies in my primary school. I read AU in my secondary. I read AU in my university days, and I have never seen an impact of African Union. I'm yet to see. And this is the kind of unity they want for Africa. A unity that has no effect in the lives of Africans. The time has come for Africa to rise. The time has come. The drum is beaten. It is for you Africans. It is for us Africans to rise and say no. Say no to neo-colonialism. Say no to slavery, mental slavery. Emancipate yourself, Africans. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. It is time. The drum is beaten. Our ancestors are calling. telling us to rise. Yes, they demonize our ancestors. They demonize our medicines. They called it witch doctor, witch this and witch that. And still they practice the same, only colorized. Wake up, Africa. Wake up, oh great Africa. Wake up, Mother Africa. It is time. It is time to build again. It is time to build the great empire of Africa. It is time. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up, oh Africa. Stand behind your leaders and we move. I hope you do the same. Remember to subscribe, share, and to comment. This remains the diary of a broken man. And I will see you on the next one. Cheers.